Hey guys, Mer here from Ross IELTS Academy. I'm here today to talk to you about the latest IELTS speaking questions. It is always a good idea to practice different questions and topics before the test. However, you don't need to worry. When we talk to our candidates, many of them tell us that their main concern in IELTS speaking is that they don't have a very wide range of vocabulary. Tell you what, it's fine. Not everyone has got the vocabulary to talk about all the familiar and unfamiliar topics. Besides, there is no need to have information about everything so that you can answer all the questions. What you need is strategies. Okay guys, what we want to do today is to take a look at some of the latest IELTS speaking questions in part 1 in 3 different topics, and I will give you my answers to them. Then I will explain why I gave those answers, analyzing them based on IELTS criteria. Okay, let's get started. Alright guys, here we have 3 different topics. The first one is shoes, the second one math, and the third one furniture. First, I just want to read the questions and then we can listen to my answers. So, in the first topic, shoes, the first question is, how frequently do you buy shoes? The second one is, where do you usually buy shoes? The third one is, what is your favorite type of shoes? Now the second topic, math. Do you like math? At what age did you start learning about mathematics? How is math helpful in people's daily life? And the third one, furniture. The first question is, do you have a lot of furniture in your home? Is there anyone who bought furniture for you? Which furniture do you like best in your home? Before I give you my answers, I just want you to take your time, think of your own ideas, and try to just answer these questions, come up with some ideas, and then come back here so that you can just listen to my answers. Now let's start with the first question in the first topic, shoes. The first question says, how frequently do you buy shoes? Here's my answer. Well, to be honest, shoes are not the type of clothing I am interested in. I am more into buying coats and leather jackets, as I prefer dressing in formal wear. But if I want to purchase shoes, I normally do it twice a year. Now the second question. Where do you usually buy shoes? There is a shopping center close to my house where I go to whenever I need to shop for clothes. Even though the prices are sky high, I do my shopping there in order to get some high quality shoes. And the third question. What is your favorite type of shoes? Actually, although I buy shoes every now and then, I have a collection of those in my house because I'm good at keeping them. I can say that among all, I love cowboy boots, flip-flops, and high heels, since each type can be used in different places and occasions. Now let's see what exactly I have used in my answers. We can start with the collocations, like the vocabulary that I've used, because this is something you are expected to apply in your speaking based on the second criteria, your lexical resource. In the first answer, to dress in formal wear, the ones in red, which means to wear formal clothes. In the second one, shopping center, shop for clothes, which means to buy clothes. The prices are sky high, it means they are very expensive. High quality shoes. The third one, every now and then, it means from time to time. Cowboy boots, flip-flops, high heels. So if you know the name of some of these words or clothes, then you can use them in this topic. Besides, I have used some synonyms, some direct synonyms, because I didn't want to repeat the same words. For example, in the first answer, I am interested in, it means I like, or I am into something. I want to purchase something. Also, a good use of fillers and boosters. For example, in the first one, the ones in purple. Well, to be honest, or actually, well, these words. So it's also important to use discourse markers in your answers. And finally, a good use of connectives. For example, in my first answer, as, but. In the second one, even though, in order to. In the third answer, although or because. Now let's move on to the second topic, math. The first question says, do you like math? And here's my answer. I do love mathematics. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I am really good with numbers. I remember once one of my professors at university told me that I could be a very successful statistician. Number 2. At what age did you start learning about mathematics? My answer is, if my memory helps, it was when I was in primary school, when we were taught some basic mathematical skills like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I suppose I was 7 back then, and I have very good memories of our math class. The third question says, how is math helpful in people's daily life? Here is my answer. I think this is a very hard question to answer, as mathematics can be of no use in some people's daily life, except for being helpful in simple calculations. However, some other people may find it practical in understanding some patterns and predicting what is about to happen. Now let's see what other things I have used in my answers in the second topic. First, we start with the collocations. I have tried to use some good vocabulary and collocations related to the topic, math. But if you don't have information or good collocations, then you can just use the ones you have in other topics. You can just fake your topic, like fake your answer or go off topic. And these strategies are taught in more detail in the speaking course. So you can also use that. Now, the collocations I have used. In the first one, in my first answer, to blow my own trumpet, it means to brag about myself. A statistician, it means an expert in preparation and analysis of statistics. Or in the second one, basic mathematical skills, or some very good words related to the topic like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. To have a very good memory of something. And now the third one. Something can be of no use. It means it can be useless. Calculations or simple calculations. Or also some synonyms I have used, because paraphrasing is also important. Like in the first answer, instead of saying math, I have used mathematics. In the third one, instead of useful, I have used the word practical. And you should also make a good use of discourse markers or fillers and boosters, the ones in purple. Like in the first one, I remember. In the second one, if my memory helps. I suppose. And in the third one, as the question was a bit difficult, I didn't just pause or hesitate in the beginning of the answer, and instead I used some fillers in order to fill up my gap. Like I said, I think this is a very hard question to answer, but then I kept talking. And finally, the good connectives that you should also use. Like in my first answer, but. In the second one, and in the third one, as, however. Now let's move on to the third topic, which is about furniture. The first question says, do you have a lot of furniture in your home? My answer is, well, I should say that I don't have too much furniture in my house because I am very picky with the decoration of the flat, and I only purchase what really fits the rooms. The second question says, is there anyone who bought furniture for you? My answer is, not really. I normally buy the furniture myself, as I have a different taste from my family or friends, but sometimes my sister orders furniture pieces online, which turn out to be quite practical. And the third question, which furniture do you like best in your home? My answer is, Well, let me think about it. This is really hard to answer because I adore every piece of furniture I have in my house. But to mention one only, I can refer to my sectional sofa. It is brown with two sections that form two sides. Now let's see what other things I have used in the third topic, furniture. To start with the collocations, the ones in red. In my first answer, the word picky or fits the rooms. In the second one, furniture pieces. It turns out to be, it means it is. Practical, which means useful. Or the third one, sectional sofa, some vocabulary related to the topic, if you also have. Some synonyms, some direct synonyms I have used. Like in the first answer, the question says, do you have a lot of furniture in your home? In the answer, I have used in my house, the ones in blue. Flat instead of house or apartment. Purchase instead of buy. Or the good use of fillers and boosters. For example, in the first one, well, I should say that. In the third one, well, let me think about it. This is really hard to answer. And finally, a very good use of connectives. For example, in the first one, because, and. In the second one, as or but. And in the third answer, because, but. So you should also make sure to use what you're expected to use in IELTS speaking based on IELTS criteria. Very well, guys. Just like what we did today, you can look for speaking questions, give your own answers to them, record yourself, and then analyze your answers. If you want to be evaluated by us, book an online speaking mock test with our examiners. It will make a big difference, trust me. I wish you best of luck and see you very soon.
Speaking course. This course is made up of 5 offline speaking videos in which you will learn all the necessary tips and techniques to take the IELTS speaking test with a high score.
Tell me about your family. Do you like...
In addition to that, you will have access to useful grammar and vocabulary resources. Once you finish your course, you will have 1 online mock test of speaking along with comprehensive feedback under the same exam conditions.
Interesting question.
Join us to become our next successful candidate.